everyone, and happy Fresh Friday. It is another beautiful day, and I'm so honored to be present with you on this beautiful day. Very shortly, I will be joined by Dr. Tao, and we are going to discuss some more healing herbs to assist you on your journey. Great news, just an update for those who are not living in the Charlotte/Concord area. These herbs are now available on Dr. Tao's site. So if you go to doctor, spell it all the way out, DOCTOR, Tao, TAU.com, these are available to order and get delivered for you. How is everybody doing today? I know Friday is a day of relaxation for most, a day that leads into the weekend. I know there's some festivities going on for Juneteenth and things of that. Let us know in the comments how you're feeling today. And if technology works, Dr. Tao shall appear. There we go. Ooh, the black and gold. Wow, that is nice.
I appreciate it.
Styling. Look at me. I thought I was doing something with my blue and the little circles, but
You're doing it. We're both doing it, right?
How are you doing today?
Doing great. How you doing?
Good. Doing well.
That's good.
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
I was trying to find one of the herbs I wanted to do, but I guess I don't see it right now. But we do fennel seed. We'll do fennel seed first.
Okay.
And as you see, I use it as a spice here.
Mm-hmm.
So the fennel seed is going to be great for, it helps with alkaline in the food. So what you can do is, if you're kind of questionable about your water supply, and you're not sure it's going to be healing for the body, then you can actually put fennel seeds in and let it soak for about 30 minutes or so, and then you can drink that. So the fennel seed is a alkalizer. Now, keep in mind that alkaline does not just denote that something's healthy. That's kind of like a, everyone kind of uses that word as a catchphrase today, but it's alkaline can be just as harmful as acid. But what you want is the proper alkalinity, pH balance in the body, so that the body can metabolize that. Because see, certain minerals metabolize at 5.4 or 5.5, like cobalt and zinc. So the body has to go through these different stages of acid and alkalinity to digest certain minerals. So I know people like to throw that word out. Alkaline doesn't mean it's something healthy, but remember, bleach is alkaline. All right, Clorox bleach, ammonia, that's alkaline. Okay, so we have to kind of graduate from those words that we just think are just catchphrases, but this has a alkalinity that matches the blood, which is about 7.35. Okay, so that's where we want to keep the blood at. The blood's not going to change acidity. It's more so the lymphatic system that's going to change the range of acidity. But the thing is to make sure that your blood stays there as much as possible, because see, the one little point jump from 7 to 8, remember we learned something called logarithms in school. It's called log base 10.
Yeah.
Each jump is a base 10. Okay.
Which is quite a lot.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the next one I was going to do was, and I can't seem to locate it right now, it was the cardamom.
Okay.
Cardamom.
I've heard of that being like used as a spice or seasoning as well.
Yeah, it's typically used like along with like cloves and allspice, stuff like that. That one is good for prebiotics and probiotics.
Really?
So a lot of people go into trying to find some type of acidophilus or basophils they use to they find that in yogurts and things like that, like fermented type of foods. Well, you don't have to have dairy to get that type of proper gut flora bacteria. So the cardamom, especially with that combined with the burdock root, helps a lot with the prebiotics and the probiotics in the gut bacteria flora. And remember, that's where autism is coming from, right? The improper bacterial flora in the gut, which is causing the brain to not proliferate certain parts like the hippocampus and things like that. So the brain may have trouble releasing heavy metals because of the bacterial flora is not proper there, and you call that Asperger's and autism and stuff like that. So But yeah, the cardamom is great for a natural source of prebiotics and probiotics for the body.
Okay.
So
Now, in using these different herbs, is it okay to just buy it like as a spice, like as a seed, like, or is that usually processed or it doesn't have the same strength?
it's gonna tire. Yeah, so you can get it as a spice. I'll just recommend trying to get it in however you can. Ideally, you want to get it from the plant itself. If not, then go to the flower, the root, or whatever. Um, but as long as you get it in your bloodstream, it's going to be effective. Now, a lot of the spices on the market are cooked at a high temperature,
Mm,
so you have to be kind of more particular about what brand you get into.
right.
So you do want to try to aim for organic spice,
Okay.
so that way the temperature is not so high on it. Like for example, like the cayenne you buy in the grocery store is different from the medicinal cayenne. Most
Mm,
of folks haven't tasted what cayenne, the, the real heat of that really tastes. So we get like a
mm,
watered down version of that.
right.
So, but yeah, it's a great question though. But yeah, you want to make sure that you try to get an organic spice as much as possible, and yeah, that's going to help a lot with the medicinal effects in the body. So, but yeah, those are the two I'm probably gonna go to today. I was trying to get a third one, but I'm over here kind of scrambling a little bit though.
Mm,
But yeah, just make sure that you just make small adjustments. Don't try to do everything at one time. That's a lot of times we kind of set ourselves up for failure because we try to take on this big old laundry list of I'm going to start doing this and start doing this and start doing this and start doing this. No, just okay. You just want to do one thing and then you want to build from there. So
definitely. Yeah.
remind yourself every day that you want to make sure that your tempo is as healthy as possible so that you can attract the right energy and vibrate at that frequency that's going to allow you to, you know, explore the world you want to explore. Because a lot of times we're blocked out of our experiences because of the frequency that we're on
Mm.
is not the frequency that we really want to experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like when we eat like a lot of cooked foods, like heavy cooked foods, it's like our senses are weakened. And when I've been in a fasting state or been eating mostly raw, it's like, whoa, colors are brighter, scents are
Yeah,
stronger, and all of that.
exactly. So, like I always say, food is information transference. So we're just transferring information and we're trying to access what they call that six-pointed star. So I talked about that last week. The uterus is the
Hmm.
triangle upside down, and the male's phallus is the triangle pointing up.
Hmm.
Together they create the star of Akunna, what you call the Star of David. So that's a six-pointed star there, what you call so six. So not to get too graphic, but that's sex.
Yeah, the
See?
joining
So
together.
sex is six. It's the same thing.
Mm.
So when you create a harmony amongst the female and male principle, you continue to create life. You see. So being able to harmonize with nature, you're going to continue to manifest things that you desire. If your six or your sex is not there, which they took the six and took one of them off and made it a 5-pointed star,
Mm.
therefore you can't manifest properly.
Wow.
So they put down the badges. You have sheriffs and you have deputies. I think the sheriff has a 6-pointed star. The deputy has a 5-pointed star. So they have
Interesting.
different star systems there. You see, so
Yeah.
that's the astrological connection there. But ours is 6 points. You know, so but
Good to know. Good to know. Before we log off, I must say your detox, the stab rehab,
uh,
amazing.
oh yeah,
I'm like most of the like detoxes or cleanses I've taken, they taste horrible. So I was getting ready to like, and I drank it. I'm like, I'll drink this whole bottle right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, there's certain ways to put those together. Sometimes, like some people don't want it so bitter, so people think that because it's sweet it doesn't work. But it's just, that one, the one you took, that's an 8-week tonic, so that takes a long time to make that one.
Wow.
So a lot of
Yeah, it
people are
was
just
great, and it felt like like I was being reinvigorated while
yeah,
I was taking it. So thank you for
yeah,
that.
it's definitely going to chelate those cells and kind of revitalize everyone. So that's glad to hear that for sure though. So remember, we're
Yeah.
always the body's always renewing itself. So
Hmm.
um, and that's part of the you can't put old wine in new new wineskin type thing. You know, the body's always trying to become new, and you know, we're able to access that through the foods and the people we entertain, and you know, from there we can say, okay, well, I want to be the same person I was last year. We'll keep on doing that same thing, but you want to be like somebody different, you have to make some type of adjustment though. So
Definitely.
but,
Definitely.
But yeah, I don't want to ramble too much. I
Right, because I know on
don't know if they have any
Fridays.
questions or not in this section.
Let's see. If anybody has any questions, we can probably take about one so that Dr. Tao can go ahead and open, because people rush on Fridays. Someone already said they're on the way.
Oh yeah, that's yes, yeah, I know Drake.
Do you have any do you have more of the stab rehab in stock?
I have to make some more.
Okay.
I'm a little behind on that. I have to make some. I have some more female hormone and male hormone.
Okay, maybe we can touch on those next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
Yeah,
But it looks like no questions today. Everybody's just receiving, so that's
and Roz,
lovely
you got to do your
also.
consultation too. There's Roz in there. Yeah, Roz, we still got to do your consultation. But
Okay, there's a question. Updates on the mentorship program.
yeah, I'm gonna try to get that done by the end of the year. So no special day, Roz. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get that done by the end of the year. So that's for the whole certification course. I've been moving a lot lately, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, you have a lot on your plate. I'm like, your plate is bigger than you.
Yeah, I know, right? You know, I ain't that big of a guy. So.
All right, so there is one question. Dawn says, what are healthy supplements for vegan babies?
Anything healthy for a baby is supposed to be healthy for an adult, and vice versa. So you have to ask yourself what you consuming, and so I mean, just overall, you want to make sure that immune system is working properly. So the elderberry, the elder leaf is going to be great for that. Just getting that lymphatic system moving, like the echinacea, those types of things, for get things moving like they should. The main thing is just trying to get the baby's immunity fired up. So any type of immune factor, chaparral, burdock root, those types of things are going to keep that immune. I try not to say immune system because you don't have an immune system. The whole body is an immune system. But those types of supplements will help a lot with the baby, and just you know, making sure they get some sunlight. Just basic things. You know, those are always important for the key is just keeping that immunity strong, and not making the environment too sterile, because they have to be exposed to certain environmental things that keep their immunity working stronger. So that's when the bacterial flora comes into play.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
keep
a
in
good
mind,
point.
we have a larger population of bacterial flora than any other people. So we have over 360 different types of bacterial flora in our gut, which dictates the way we put food together, which we call gastronomy. So when you're having a baby, you want to make sure that if they're starting to eat, you want to make sure they're experiencing different types of foods as much as possible, so they can create that gastronomy in their gut, so they can balance their own diet. So,
Okay. Thank you. That's a good point. Especially, I know that some parents, they like hand sanitizer all over, antibacterial, don't touch this, don't touch that. But it's like, if you're never exposed to anything, how is your system going to be able to even recognize?
That's based off the germ theory. The germ theory is germs are created. That's not a true phenomena. All right, we have germ theory to create the antiseptic industry. So it gives it a foundation. There's a book called Germ Theory, actually.
Yeah, wasn't that Louis Pasteur or something? Germ theory versus terrain theory? Or?
Yeah, it came out about, that was an older book. I think it came out about in the 80s. So it's kind of like how people wake up and brush their teeth, and they think that because they brush their teeth that they're not going to have cavities, or they're not going to have teeth that fall out. Remember, brushing your teeth is also a theory. All right, all because you brush your teeth your teeth doesn't mean that your teeth will not fall out.
That's
As a matter
true.
of fact, most people who have false teeth brush their teeth every day. Every day.
Really?
Mm.
What is that about? Well, never mind. We don't have time. We don't have time to get into it.
Well, keep in
That's a
mind that
podcast episode.
the reason people's teeth go rotted, it rots because
From the inside.
because of the food that they're eating. It has nothing to do with
Mm.
brushing your teeth.
So it's
That's
an
what we call
inside
that's what we
job,
call
not even.
we call apples nature's toothbrush. An apple is your toothbrush. It cleanses
Wow.
the teeth, and the pectin squeezes the cells and pushes out the acidosis in the cells. So there's people who teeth fall out, rot all the time. They brush their teeth every day.
Wow.
That's a very new phenomenon.
Mm.
No animal wakes up and brushes his teeth because see, its diet keeps the teeth strong. So if your
That makes sense.
teeth are getting weak, it means something you're eating is pulling from the enamel and pulling from the minerals of the teeth, which is robbing the teeth of its nutrients. It's caused the teeth to rot.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I never thought about that.
Yeah. So that's a made up thing. Waking up, brushing your teeth. No, you won't find no toothbrushes in ancient Egypt.
Right. Right.
But all
Wow.
but 99.9% of the mummies or the sahu, the fossils, none of them have cavities.
And as far as like the wisdom teeth, like getting wisdom teeth pulled, what is that?
Wisdom teeth were not supposed to come out. They're supposed to stay inside the gum. But when the diet is weak, it causes the eruption of the teeth, the wisdom teeth to erupt through the gums, and it comes through irregularly, which hurts the mouth.
Oh, so that's why they have to get
diet.
pulled.
Yeah, all braces, all regular teeth are coming from poor diet. I can tell you how civilized the people are based off their dental hygiene.
Wow.
That's actually how civilized a people are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So brushing your teeth, I don't know if you're waking up, just going around the scrubbing all day, eat an apple. And the reason people's breath smells bad because they eat too late and the food sits on their stomach, which comes through the mouth when they wake up. You call it morning breath.
Yeah.
That's their gut.
Okay.
What you're smelling is their gut coming through the other way. You see? But see,
That
we
sounds
eat
so gross.
food because see, processed food is a bowel movement. It's the bowel movement of a factory.
Yeah, because it's already processed.
The factory mimics your liver, your pancreas, your stomach, your spleen, all that type of stuff. And the end product of it is what they call a product. So it's actually a digestive system, which you call a manufacturing company. So what you're eating as processed food is actually a bowel movement of a factory. We call it pica. Pica means synthetic dirt, which means that the reason you smell like that is because you're eating that.
This is grossing me out a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's true. Wow. Okay. Well, I think we'll stop there. Oh my gosh. Wow. You're gonna think twice next time I'm trying to eat a vegan cookie. But thank you, Dr. Tao. Wow. Okay. We're back. So yes, thank you all for joining us for Fresh Friday. As you can see, full of insights every single week. Today we reviewed fennel and cardamom. Fennel is the alkalizer, and cardamom is good for what again? Cardamom.
Prebiotics and probiotics.
Yes. You don't have to get yogurt. You don't have to consume dairy in order to get that. So that's another way. And then we started talking about some other things. So thank you again for joining us. We're open until 3 p.m. today, so stop by the restaurant. The herbs are available in the restaurant and online, drtao.com. Any last words before we close out, Dr. Tao?
Just stay clean.
Stay clean, indeed, for sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Tao, and thank you all for joining us. Everybody have a beautiful and a fresh Friday. Peace.
All right.